YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now this video right here, I have got a few requests, quite a few requests from a lot of my subscribers, basically asking me to talk about this story because they love when I talk about relationships or whatnot. Hell, even I love it sometimes. But anyway, we have a mother of four who was brutally beaten by her fiance. Yes, beat her right in front of her kids, damn near killed her, beat her almost to death. And you have to wonder, what would make a man so mad will he have to sit up here and resort to violence against a woman? And like I tell people, you know, you can do what you want to do, but this is my code, the way I move and live my life. If you're not trying to hurt me, I'm not going to hurt you. If you're not trying to take my life or threaten my life, I'm not going to do anything to take or threaten your life. But if you come for me, you better come with everything you got, and plus the armor of God, if you will. So if you bring in that smoke, believe me, I'm going to meet you with equal force. But like I say, don't no man have no business beating on no woman. Just like no woman have no business beating on a man. Just like I make videos for the women that's abused, I make videos for the fellas that's abused. You can go down the catalog list. Some of them got beat by frying pans to death. Some of them got chopped up to death. I mean, the women doing just as much brutal stuff to the men as the men is doing to them. But it's a sad situation that you would be in a relationship hoping to get married to someone, just like in the story right here of Miss Janae Austin, where she had a fiance, and for some reason this guy just basically blew the fuse. And you could tell maybe that from the looks of his picture, because I tend to look at people pictures and stuff, especially in their eyes, because like I said, the eyes are the windows to the soul, and try to see, you know what I'm saying, try to see if you can get into their mind, kind of like what a shrink do, a psychiatrist do, or one of these people who trying to solve a crime. Me, I don't do it to solve no crime because I'm not no detective. I just look and see, can I get a feeling? You know, that's what empaths do, you know, pretty much. We'll look at something and we'll just focus on it, and we have different thoughts and different emotions. That's pretty much what it is. So I'm going to read a snippet from this story and give my opinion, surely, as we go. Woman tells the story of how she stayed with an abusive man until he almost beat her to death in front of her kids. Yes, right in front of her kids. And if you got a guy who verbally abused you, call you all kinds of bitches and hoes and sluts in front of your children, you need to leave him. Because trust me, it starts verbally. You know what I'm saying? Then it becomes threats. And then it becomes physical. And physical leads to death, if you will. So do not let no one, men or women, you know, but right now I'm talking to the women, disrespect you, and especially disrespect you in front of your children. Because once your children see you getting disrespected, you know, they're going to disrespect you also. Now, you might have one or two, depends on how many you have, that might won't. But trust me, if they see you being disrespected, because it's all about the perception, looking at things in a perspective. They look at you as an authority figure. So once they see somebody else being rude towards you, and you letting that slide and you letting that go, they're going to lose respect for you. So you have to make sure you keep your house in order. Now, after suffering from horrendous abuse at the hands of a man who was supposed to love her, Janae Austin, a mother of four, logged onto Facebook to explain how she almost lost her life at the hands of her abusive fiance. And I'm pretty sure for him to beat her down like this, like she was less than a dog, you don't even do a dog like that. But to beat her like this, I'm pretty sure, and I can almost guarantee it, that this was not his first time doing this poor woman like that. Now, she wrote, let me get to it. I usually don't post my business on Facebook. You know how people post every damn thing on Facebook, where they going to eat, who they screwing, who they about to fight, all that. They put every damn thing on Facebook, and they wonder why the police be waiting on them right before they get there. Like, damn, how they knew we were about to fight at Taco Bell? Oh, we posted it. Now, she says, I usually don't post my business on Facebook, but last night I was almost beat to death by my fiance. I pleaded for my life in front of my kids and best friend, all while this man said no, he was going to kill me. So you mean to tell me your best friend was there? Why didn't somebody call 911? Soon as that sucker would have got hot, as soon as he would have did something, you know what I'm saying, me being a friend, not the person one actually getting their ass whooped, you know what I'm saying, not saying that to be funny, but your friend right there, your friend should have called 911. And I tell you, ladies, right now, you better get a damn program in order and have hand signals or Morse codes or something like that, where you can throw a hand up and that means call 911. Call mama. This right here mean call daddy, you know what I'm saying, rubbing on the beard. You better come up with some kind of damn codes, because it just may save your life. Now, she says that the guy was basically beating her in front of her kids and also her best friends. She also says, so let me expose this monster for who he really is. I had to be light flighted to Presbyterian hospitals, trauma unit, and have an emergency surgery to save my eye. Beat her so damn bad, I almost tried to have this woman look like Bushwick Bill from the Ghetto Boys. You know the one, the little midget with the one eye. Now, she also says she had to be airlifted the Presbyterian hospital to save her eye. She was also bleeding on the brain and numerous cuts and scratches and bruises all over her body and face. She says, I ask that my Facebook family and friends continue to pray for me and my kids. This is going to be a hard journey, but we will make it through it. I ask that you continue to lift us up in prayer. Thanks for all the texts, calls, and everyone who's reached out is greatly appreciated. And they show the pictures of the woman just like you're seeing right now. I mean, she was basically beaten bad. And for a guy to even lay one hand on you, one punch, just to punch you in the eye, that's enough. You just to hit you in the head like that, like you know how they call it, like nudging you. That's enough, because I guarantee you, if you know what I'm saying, somebody was to do that to my daughter or something like that, or one of my loved ones, you know, who happen to be a female, it's gonna be on, because there's no excuse for no man to do no woman like that. If you want to beat somebody up, look in the mirror and beat your own damn self up. That's the best person to beat up. You know what I'm saying? How about you go get one of them damn police who's riding around your community harassing everybody and step to him? But no, what a lot of guys do, they are cowards. They will step to these women and be ready to fight these women. But when a guy do something to them, they'll coward out. Not saying that this guy in this video that I'm talking about is a coward, but evidently he is a coward for beating a woman up. But you know, you got some crazy cowards who will fight and still shoot. But overall, if you have to stoop to the level of putting your hand on a woman, what can a woman actually do to a able-bodied man? Unless she catch you in your sleep or you slipping or something. She can't whoop your ass. And if she can whoop your ass, you're not worthy to call yourself no man. And I know a lot of y'all saying betrayed. There's some bad women out here. Hell, I know. I done ranted to a couple of them now. But they were back in school. But anyway, she says, this is very unfortunate. However, a woman with kids who chooses to stay with an abusive man is just as outrageous as the man who hits her. I feel more empathy for her kids. You know, I feel empathy for her kids even more than her. But at the same time, I can't help but still feel sorry for her, because she's a very beautiful woman. And, you know, to be honest with you, he's even lucky to even have her, because she could do better than him. And that's one thing you need to understand. You know what I'm saying? Not saying all guys are dogs, because I'm a guy. I'm a guy. I can't sit there and say that. I'm not here to bash men. I'm not here to bash women. But at the same time, I try to be as objective as possible. At the same time, reasonable, if you will. But you know, clearly from the pics, you could tell he was lucky to have her, and she can do way more better than him. So you ever wonder why your marriage don't work, why your relationships don't work? You know why? Because you're with an abusive, selfish person who has no plans of living a future with you. Because let me tell you something, a real man who loves you and want a future with you would not do what? Hurt you. Would not hurt you. Love does not supposed to hurt, even though people say love hurt. If that love is hurting you, unless your spouse is on a deathbed, dying a natural death, that's the only way I can figure love hurting me. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and cheat on me, that's just you know what I'm saying, disappointing me. That don't mean love got me hurt. That just mean I'm just disappointed in you. Because just like, you know what I'm saying, love, you can turn it on, you can turn it off. You know how you ever love something so much till you end up hating it? That's why it says it's a thin line between love and hate. Love and hate is like sisters and brothers. You know what I'm saying? Can't have one basically almost without the other. That's why a lot of these couples, they be so much in love when you first see them together. I did countless stories on them, and we know people that we done seen or whatnot. You see them when they first start out, going on picnics together, going on trips together, going on cruises together, all in the mall together in the photo booth, all in the food court. You know what I'm saying? Just hugged up, holding hands. Then slowly over time, they stop holding hands. They stop taking pictures together. They stop going on cruises together. They stop waking up every morning looking at each other in the eye and say, "Girl, I love you." No, they don't do that no more. Then once all that start fading away, then over time it becomes resentment. Like, I just don't want to be around you. They always have an excuse. It's no more sitting down watching TV when you get off work or on the weekends when y'all off laid up in the bed or on the couch. No, you're spending your time elsewhere. You're slowly falling out of love. And guess what? And then that person come back around, they making up an excuse to get off from around you, or something that you done did wrong, or why ain't you did this to the house? Why ain't you did that? See, then when it gets to that, it's right there borderline hate. You know, so it's funny how love can turn to hate. Now, one of the best ways to leave an abusive relationship is to either tell yourself that you are stupid for staying as motivation to leave, Or understand you have kids who cannot grow up witnessing that type of abuse. You cannot grow up, you know what I'm saying, witnessing that type of abuse and still plan to have kids that's going to have a sound mind. Those kids is going to be damaged. Because I used to see my mom get into it, you know what I'm saying, not with my dad, but with her boyfriend and stuff. This after my dad and her got into it and stuff. But I used to see her get into it with the guy and stuff, and she whooped his ass. I ain't gonna lie, he didn't whoop her. He tried to hit her one time, but she whooped his ass because he was drunk anyway. And I still remember that because I tried to stab him with a butter knife. And I'm not lying. I was about 5 years old. Yeah. So you know, I have seen this firsthand. You know, and plus at the same time, you have to understand, just because a person claims to love you a certain way and they see, the mouth can profess a lot of things, but you don't worry about what people say. You worry about what their actions. Don't worry about what nobody say. Because I can tell you, I'm going to make 1,000 videos. But guess what? If I don't make one video, my words are what? In vain. My words have no merit, no meaning, no credibility. So don't worry about a lot what the people say. Go by what they do. If a guy tell you, I'm never going to cheat on you again, and you look back and you see him still cheating, you find numbers in his phone, all in his pants pocket. I don't know why guys still getting women to write down numbers on their pants, you know, on a piece of paper and put it in their jacket and their pants, knowing damn well it's going to slip out. So if you still find them cheating, or you still find him being abusive, or basically he telling you he going to change, he won't change, his words are in vain. It means nothing. So you go by people's actions. You demand action. Action demand change. Now, if a woman has kids, she has absolutely no business with an abusive man. The kids deem you have no choice but to leave. In situations of abuse, the kids comes first. They should come first, not the abusive man. But so many times, and 9 times out of 10, the man is not those kids' father. He's the stepdaddy most of the times. So if he don't give a damn about you and he's whooping your ass, guess what he's going to do to your children? He's going to whoop their ass also. He's going to make them go crazy or do something to them. It just, I mean, it goes together like peanut butter and jelly. Now, secondly, if he's abusive, fiance should never be a term you use to describe him. If you have somebody whooping your ass, don't call him your fiance. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you already went and signed the court papers, say this finna be my ex-husband whooping my ass. Don't say my husband is whooping my ass. My soon-to-be ex-husband is whooping my ass. And for you guys out there who's taking those L's also too, say my soon-to-be ex-wife. Because don't nobody have to put up with nobody what? Shit. Can I get an amen? Yes, I can. Don't nobody. I want you to go home and tell your spouse today if you in one of these relationships. Matter of fact, you ain't got to tell them shit. Just sit them down on the couch or whatever. Turn your TV up and let me say it for them. Don't nobody have to put up with nobody shit. If you want to be miserable, you want to be sad, you go be sad and miserable by your damn self. Misery loves company. So guess what? You're entertaining this person the whole time when you know they're full of shit and they're miserable. Your mind knows this unless you have special needs. That's the only way you cannot comprehend what I'm saying. But if you see somebody keep being disrespectful, keep being abusive towards you, and it's more than one forms of abuse. You have physical, you have verbal, you have mental abuse, you have emotional abuse, spiritual abuse. It's all kinds of an abuse, but it's still abuse in the end. Because let me tell you something. Sometimes people can say a word. Have you ever had your husband or your wife say something to you and it cuts you to the core, it cuts you deeper than a lick? You would have rather got hit instead of seeing them or hearing them say something to you or seeing something, you know. So it's the physical is on the outside, but it's more internal. You know what I'm saying? That mental abuse, that emotional abuse that lasts forever, and that brings on baggage. Now, getting engaged doesn't make it any better. That's saying you know you are setting yourself up for a lifetime of abuse and ass whoopings. If you're gonna marry an abusive man, for what? Marry an abusive crazy woman, for what? You're wasting your time. Now, but you are going to do it anyway because you know what the heart wants, the heart gets. That makes absolutely no sense. Women need to get so angry at these men that they show up for all court dates to ensure he gets locked up. In the same with guys. If you have a woman doing you like a dog, like these men doing these women like a dog, go to every court appearance and show your face and demand this something be done with this person. So, you know, let's just pray for Janae and her family and her children, and hopefully she can find self-worth in herself, value within herself, and love herself enough to let this fool go, because this guy is going to be the death of her if she decides to stay with him. Because for him to beat her down like that shows he has absolutely no respect, no love for her nor her children. for her nor her children, and also himself, because you have to remember he has a mom, he has a grandmother, he has aunts, probably have a sister, and how will he feel if somebody did them like that? That's something to think about. So next time you get so mad you want to beat a woman down, think about how would you feel if that was your mom, for those who really love your mom, because some of you all don't love your mom. Understand that. I'm not trying to be mean or make a joke. People that understand me know I'm making a point. Just think about that. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I guarantee you, you won't lift a hand and hurt nobody. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like, definitely subscribe. Definitely share the video with your people or with your friends or whoever you know. Or it can be just a complete stranger that you know going through it with their fiance or their spouse, whether it's man or woman. Share the video with them, and hopefully, you know, this video will help enlighten them. And also with Miss Jonay Austin's story also should be able to touch a lot of women. But let me know what you all think. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like, subscribe, definitely share the video. Till next time, y'all stay blessed and find somebody who really will love you and appreciate you for who you are. I'm out.